All right, we just did adding polynomials, which was basically just combining like terms. And today we're going to do subtracting polynomials. Now, what I want to do is remind you of something we talked about way back at the beginning of the year. Subtraction and addition are basically the same thing. Subtracting is just adding a negative. So let me show you an example with just numbers, and then we'll work into polynomials. If I give you the question 10 minus 3, the answer is 7, but that's not even that important. 10 minus 3 is 7. What's important is I could also think of this, instead of 10 minus 3, I could think of it as 10 plus negative 3. And that's the same thing. Both of those equal 7. Because both of them are the same question, saying 10 minus 3 and 10 plus negative 3 is the exact same thing. So really, every subtraction problem can always be thought of as just adding the opposite. So I want you to notice when we did that, you only changed the sign on the number that was being subtracted, the 3. Meaning, if I wanted to change this minus right here to a plus, I changed the sign on this number. So that positive 3 became a negative 3. But I did not change the sign on the 10. The 10 doesn't become a negative 10. The 10 stays a 10. It's the number that is being subtracted that changes signs. And that's important because we're going to do the exact same thing with polynomials right now. So yeah, that definitely works for polynomials too. You can turn a polynomial subtraction problem into an addition problem by changing all of the positive negative signs on the polynomial that is being subtracted, meaning the second one, not the first one. We leave the first one alone. So let's do that. This will be our example for today. I'm doing x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4 minus 3x squared plus 2x minus 2. And think of this as the 10 minus 3 question. The first one is the 10. We don't change that one. We leave that one exactly the same as it is. So I'm going to leave this one as x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4. Now here's where I'm going to change it. If I want to change that subtraction into addition, what I need to do is go through and change every single sign, not just one of them, or not just two of them. I need to change every single sign on the second one. So that positive 3x squared becomes negative 3x squared. The plus 2x becomes minus 2x. And the minus 2 becomes plus 2. Now we're going to actually answer the question. And what we're doing is the same thing we just did. We just did adding polynomials. So by changing the subtraction problem into addition, we know how to do it now. It's just combining like terms. So let's match them up. I have an x cubed and nothing to match it up with. So I'm going to leave the x cubed as part of my answer. And remember, I like to scratch them out after I use them to make sure I don't miss any. I have a negative 2x squared and a negative 3x squared to combine. Negative 2 and negative 3 give me negative 5. So I have a negative 5x squared. And those are gone. Then I have a 4. That can combine with this 2. Positive 4 and positive 2 give me positive 6. Scratch them out after you use them. And then I still have one left over, that minus 2x. We'll just stick that on the end. Now I scratched them all out, so I know I didn't miss any. I don't have any more common terms to combine. That's my final answer. And remember, the same thing I told you guys on when we did adding, if you want to go one step further and put it in standard form, you can basically switch the last two terms. You can put them in order from highest to lowest. X cubed minus 5x squared minus 2x and then plus 6. But remember, same thing I told you in adding. Those are both right. So I'm not saying you have to do that last step and put it in standard form, but if anybody ever asks you to put your answer in standard form, that's what it means. But technically, both of those answers are right. As long as you have the right terms, doesn't matter what order they're in.